We're back with another floppy quote. I've got one, and it's by Helen Keller. I'm not 100% of who she is, but I think she was blind and deaf. Was that her? Yeah, she was blind and deaf, right? Or was she locked in a basement for like her whole life or something? Or was she the girl that was, that Jewish girl that was locked in a basement or in an attic trying to hide from the stormtroopers of the Nazi party? Is that her? No, or is that someone else? No, that's a different girl, isn't it? I can't remember who Helen Keller is, but she went through some shit. But she stood strong, and obviously she had some deep shit to say, because she's got a deep quote right here. Oof. It's very simple, but oh man, it makes some noise. I'll read it. Ideas without action are useless. Oof. That's right, guys. If you got an idea, it doesn't even matter until you do something about it. You do something with it. Oh man, you don't know all the stories I have of people telling me all these crazy ideas, or like, not crazy ideas, like just people. I've been with lots of people, and we start discussing ideas, like for example, business ideas, and then they all want to do this and they want to do that, and they think this is cool. I'm like, yeah, that's mad, because you know me, I love new, innovative, crazy, wacky things. I like anything creative. I love it. And of course, I spend time with lots of people, and people always say, hey, we should like go and do this and do that. And it would be mad if we had this. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And then the next step never happens, at least on their end. And it makes me kind of disappointed. But at the same time, I learned that, you know what? There's going to be a lot of people that talk the talk, but barely anyone that walks the walk. I'm kind of a big talker and a big walker, but it's too bad that, let's just say I haven't met the end of the road to a lot of my walks yet. Not to say that they're all done and over. I'll bring a lot of those walks to an end in the future. Don't worry about that. You should all be excited about that. But yeah, I do have my reasons. You can say excuses as to why a lot of those walks have not been fulfilled. But they'll come in time. Right now, I'm doing this walk. I'm giving you guys floppy quotes. It's a start. I wasn't even supposed to start with these floppy quotes. I just needed a new path to get me closer to what my future aspirations are, which is something to do with podcasting and interviews. Yeah, running a podcast, pretty much. Running several podcasts, especially a particular one. Would I call it a podcast? Or it's a particular content program. And I was in the midst of getting it happening. I found a place that I definitely wanted to get this thing running, and I researched everything I needed, but there's one little detail I didn't research properly, and that was the price to get commercial premises. And given that I'm unemployed, I barely have any money, and sadly, because I didn't write a business plan, or I haven't completed the business plan yet, no one really wants to help invest in me. None of my peers did, at least. But that's okay. You know what they say? In business, there's no, don't mix friends and business. Is that really what it was? Or was it the fact that just they didn't believe in me, or they don't believe in me? Or I know there's other factors that are involved, and I don't want to speak of them because I'm not here to expose anybody. But either way, that path didn't seem like the most efficient path to head down. So, I don't know. I'm starting something at least. I'm getting some Phlopy quotes out, making a bit of noise. And then I'm going to play better music rather than just this ruckus right now, Phlopy quotes, which I don't believe is a ruckus. It's my chance to share a lot of value with everyone in a very simple and, for me, relieving way. Gives me a way to just talk, because I love talking. People know me, like, they know, like, you know, when they first meet me, you know, I'm generally quiet, but then when you get to know me, they're like, holy crap, this guy doesn't shut up. That's me, baby. I'm like thunder lips. I got so much to say. And if everyone knows me as well, I got so much walk in me. I walk everywhere. I lost my license. I got no choice. And at the same time, I like to do a lot of things, especially things that people don't feel comfortable doing, especially things that I shouldn't really do yet or try yet, given that I'm not in the most optimal situation. But then again, what is the optimal situation? Everyone can talk about, like, oh, if only this, if only that, if only this, if only that. That's where action starts to fade away. All these talks of what if this, what if that, maybe this, maybe that. People spook themselves out of trying something. I love just diving into the deep end of things. Even if I failed a million times. And that's not going to stop me from trying more things. Because every once in a while, I get that success. And I'm always proud of myself. Like, yes, at least I tried. I'm so glad I gave it an effort. Because something came out of it. Something came out of this effort that I put in. There are a few times where I spooked myself out of things. And those are the regrets that a lot of us become aware of, that we don't want to live with anymore. Those are regrets of, I should have tried, or I should have this. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Oh man, should. Such a horrible word. I'll stop using that word. I was going to say I should stop using that word. I will stop using the word should. It's a horrible word. It has its place, of course. It is a desire for a fantasy. Yeah, it is. Should. What was that quote? Oh man, I quoted this last time. But should is. Yeah, it's pretty much making a fantasy seem better than reality. That's not the quote. I'll find it one day and then I will share it on the Phlopy quotes. And it's going to be my Phlopy quote too. Oh yeah, that's true. I should find it and then make it a Phlopy quote of my own. Oof. It's talk right now. That walk will happen. Trust. Oh man, yeah, this is a man quote. Dude, Helen Keller, even though she couldn't speak or see or hear or smell or... Wait, is that her? I don't remember. I know her name. Like Keller. Helen Keller. I just don't remember what happened with her. When I think of the name, I know hardship and yet still triumphing. If she did triumph somehow. She's been quoted on some sort of line, and that is, ideas without action are useless. Yes, she is right. I agree 100%. I got heaps of crazy ideas. Haven't walked them yet, but who knows? People do know me as I don't like saying it, but this is what people say. They say I'm a reckless. So you could say I'm a reckless walker. I'll say I'm a confident walker. That sounds better. And who knows? Maybe my confidence will inspire others to not just move their lips, but also move their feet and try something. Everyone fears failure. They don't feel failure. You know what they fear? They fear other people's opinions. They fear their own opinion. When you value and love yourself so much, you won't be that hard on yourself when you don't accomplish something. What everyone else says, don't worry about that. Who cares? They're not important. They'll see that you'd failed something and then they won't even care about it anymore. They're too busy with their own lives. And don't be too hard on yourself, because you shouldn't be too bothered with putting yourself down. Unless that's the way you want to live. I bless you with lots of love and light. But for everyone else that's a little more hopeful, that are looking up rather than down, if you think something, just give it a go. Just try it. Even if it doesn't succeed, so what? It's better that you tried it. Because if you don't, then whatever the hell you just said is useless. And no one wants to talk useless things. No one. I was about to say should. I was about to say no one should talk. What's a better way to say it? It's better if people don't talk useless things. See, I'm walking that walk of not saying should, because I don't enjoy that word. It always brings me a little bit of sadness inside. And I think people will find value when they realize that they're better off not saying the word should either. Ooh, it's a hurtful word, especially with inner reflections and self-talk. When people start saying should in their self-talk, oh man, that's brutal. That will spook you out of trying anything. That'll spook you out of any action. Don't do that to yourselves, guys. Give it a walk. Try a step. 2. One step, and then the second step to regain balance, to get back to center. And someone tell me who the hell Helen Keller is, or if I was wrong about that. I don't know, but yeah, let's not make my talk right now useless. Signing out.